To our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo. Ayanda, what's happening where you are?
Very good afternoon to you, Nompu. Just moments ago, another very tense standoff between the supporters of Zandile Gumede as well as the South African police and the Metro Police. If you can possibly see behind us at the corner there, we are now coming to you outside the Durban Magistrates Court. But at the corner there is the police officers manning that road as the hundreds of supporters were trying to make their way here to the Durban Magistrates Court, where we understand in just a few minutes' time the 7 ANC branch members who were arrested this morning alongside one of the leaders of the branches, Mzo Dube, are going to be appearing on charges of public violence. And so the ANC members wanted to make their way here to the court, saying that they should not have been arrested and basically saying that they should not have been arrested. And a lot of accusations now are on the police and saying that the police were heavy-handed, the police manhandled, and that the people were trying to negotiate with the police in the morning, but instead the police then fired the rubber bullets and stun grenades at them, forcing them to disperse. And so this is the situation where we are now. The leaders of the Zandile Gumede support group are trying to get the supporters, because the police have said they will not allow them to come close here to the court. They have allowed just a few of the leaders to go inside and be present during the court appearance, but insofar as the hundreds that wanted to also come out to court, the police have said that they cannot allow it. Further to that, they were also blockading the main streets as they were making their way here. As you know, earlier on, before trying to make their way here to court, they were outside the ANC offices demanding to speak to the leaders of the ANC, but to pass a message that they now wanted the national leaders, the ANC Secretary General Ace Magashule. This is the person that they're saying they now want to communicate with. They no longer trust the leaders of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal. So at the moment, a very tense situation here at Nompu. They're saying that they're going to bring the city of Durban to a standstill. They will respect their leaders and stand back as they await what happens here in court. But they are threatening that the clashes that we've seen are likely to continue. And they've again said that tomorrow morning they'll continue throughout the night, and tomorrow morning there's a possibility that they are going to be back at City Hall.
Ayanda, I know that you're there on the ground in Durban, but have you managed to get any sense of whether the ANC at national level are likely to go and speak to the protesters?
We have not yet been able to get through to the ANC leaders or even those here at the province. We've made repeated calls to them, Nompu, to try and get a comment from them on the situation. Because yesterday, when we spoke to the secretary of the ANC, Mdumiseni Ntuli, he said that the processes had been communicated to the branches. He said that they were in constant communication with Zandile Gumede. And when we asked him about the situation and the protests, he said that he did not believe that there was going to be any further disruptions or any further protests. And today, as you see, this is the situation and now that clearly the ANC members here are aggrieved, they are angry, they're defiant, Nompu, but we are of course going to be trying to communicate with the ANC. We're seeing the police now rush past. It could be because there is another entrance way to come to the court, so we're not too sure at the moment whether or not the supporters have moved away and they're trying to access the court through another road. But we are here, Nompo, and we're going to continuously give our viewers an update.
Okay, and just one last thing, Ayanda. Are the police sufficiently resourced? Is there perhaps the allegation that they've been heavy-handed because perhaps they were overwhelmed?
There is a heavy police presence here in Nompu. The public order police in the main, they assisted by Durban Metro. In terms of the police resources that we are here, the manpower, what I've seen, it seems that it is adequate. But what the police were saying to us is that they cannot allow the road closures, as well as there were even threats on ordinary members of the public. Just this morning, as you know, all the municipal offices have been closed because these ANC members forced their way into City Hall and forced their way into the other offices of the municipality, enforcing the workers out. And so none of these offices of the municipality are working. And so the police are saying they cannot allow that. They cannot allow for anarchy. And that is why they then had to take these steps of ensuring that the protesters disperse, because the protesters do not want to gather in the parks where the police had asked them to gather. They then said that they were forced then to then use rubber bullets and stun grenades to force these protesters out of the road where they were blocking.
All right, Ayanda, thank you very much for that update.